Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to say a quick message. Probably won't be a quick one though. But the mornings are a very sacred time. I think the way most people do it, if you don't know what you're doing, is they get up, they listen to music, they scroll on their phone, might go on telly, like some other form of consumption, right? And I think it's a dangerous thing to do, because what I've found out, at least from my meager research into brain studies, as well as into spirituality and religion, mainly the religious practices of Sufi Islam, that the brain is just one big electromagnetic frequency generating machine. And I don't even know half of what I just said right there, and I probably haven't even encapsulated 0.5% of what the reality actually is. But there's a reason why solitude, spiritual practices such as chanting and repetition of certain phrases and meditation and prayer are very vital to the raising of consciousness. My experience with lust over many years now has shown me a stark difference in the frequency state of my being when I'm in the state of lust versus when I'm in the state of purity. Confidence, courage, strength of mind and body, vitality, quickness of thought, quickness of solution orientated thinking, the ability to just be at peace in the moment, the ability to be incredibly empathetic but also incredibly assertive, a strength of will, a fibre of will which I have never seen before ever. Compare that state of being to a state of lust, which I don't mean physically, by the way. I mean mentally, spiritually. You're in a state of lust, you're in a state of desire, you're in a state of craving. I've done it even without physically releasing. I felt incredibly weak. I felt like there was something that was being drained from me and I didn't even know how or where it was going. I felt incredibly weak, timid, fearful, lacking of courage and bile in my stomach. There was no grounding in me, man. I just felt like I could be lifted up at any moment and thrown into the wind. That's what I felt like. And that just came from looking, craving, desiring, seeing a beautiful woman. Wow, God, wish I could have her. Don't really want to though, because when you actually go and speak to the lady, you just see that she's a normal human being and that you put her on a pedestal. You don't actually desire her. You don't actually want her. Like, that's the funny thing, isn't it? You don't, like, the mind is crazy. The devil, Satan, is crazy, because what he does is he spins these stories in your mind. And again, when you find yourself being tempted, as James says in the Bible, consider it a joy. So don't ever, I mean, you will, but that's why you have the congregation, and that's why you have believers, and that's why you have the Bible and prayer and mornings. Man, I forgot how beautiful mornings are. Jeez, look at this. Wow. But yeah, that's why you have the congregation to help out when you're in a state of trouble and in a state of suffering, to have that faith, to understand that what you're going through is a test. And I'm just going to say this right now, every test I've had with the grace of God. With the grace of God, and all praises be to the Most High. I'm so thankful that it's been the case. Every test has seen a way through and a way out, and I've always seen the reward of the test. I've always seen my faith be rewarded. I mean that. I'm a young man, I'm 27, but I'm telling you right now, I've always seen my faith be rewarded. I've always seen that the universe, our Almighty Father, rewards us for our faith. I'm not saying this out of pure speculation, I'm saying it because my life has shown me that. When I've walked out on faith in the direction of what the Father's will, things have always worked out. Even in a way, maybe they didn't work out in a worldly sense. They worked out according to my Father's will, which is incomprehensible to humankind. We don't get it. So, when I was talking about lust and I was talking about brainwaves, listening to music, consumption of media, it interferes with the brainwaves that when you are still, you're able to know God. But when you interfere with those brainwaves, with the media and overthinking and desiring and looking and craving, and you see people these days when they're looking like this. I mean, I say people, I mean me, right? They're haughty, they're in a state of desire, in a state of craving. That's lust itself. When you're in that state, you're in this state of heightened, vigilant, almost fight or flight state of mind, which is a state of hell, because it's away from God. And that's ultimately what Satan desires. He wants you to be away from God, far away, so that he can torment your soul and take you away from God, or destroy your soul and consume your soul. So, anyway, if you've fallen, get back on the wagon. You remember the days, as David says in one of the Psalms, I will remember your miracles and meditate on your word. So just get back on it. I've fallen many times. The righteous fall 7 and they will get back 8. So don't worry, you will be back stronger.